Okay, and we are back. So let's do a little bit more exploring. Do I want to go to the right here? Bunby Catcher, welcome to the crane game. Pay more to go slower. Want to give it a shot? Subsequent games cost less. Well, let's give the crane game a go then. How fast should I go? Oh wow, hello, whoa, okay. So I want to get the top. Did you just scam me? Okay, let's try slow then. That's perfect. Apparently. Never mind. Dr. Light? The perfect desk companion for brainstorming ideas for your project. This plushy smart attire is sure to inspire anyone to think outside the box. Well, I mean that's great and all. I'm glad I explored that, so... We've got you up there. Do I want to go and talk to you? Oh my gosh, there's so much, and you can like, what's going on here? Hang on. We've got you to talk to. Strike man, I am a god among robots. Very soon, every pitiful being on Earth will bow to my facade. The world will be bathed in the remains of life, and we will begin anew with I as the ruler. You will fear and respect me, or perish in the new realm. Okay. What's up here? Cargo Cube Red. I swear this toy shop in particular always attracts the weirdest people. We have someone that special orders the dumbest things to give off as prizes for their live stream. Who actually wants to win a toy Stegosaurus egg filled with 20 pounds of sand though? Why do we even make that? And Cargo Q Blue. It's not easy being the one to be carrying these loads of toys everywhere, you know? In fact, I almost broke some components carrying a load earlier today. You know how heavy live grizzly bears are? What? What do you mean grizzly bears aren't toys? Did I get the wrong... Uh-oh! Well, for now, we are doing 121st, which is here. And then we'll loop around and talk to a few more people. I see Hunter Woman there, so... Moving on to the next stage. Operation Narcissistic Stratosphere. By Bizarro Idea Man. With an overall score of 43.40. 43.40. But this one has 45. But it's lower? 121st, 122nd. Am I missing something here? This score of this stage is lower than the previous one. It says 0 from functionality for Ace. Oh my god. Yeah, I honestly don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but Shin and Ace weren't impressed with this stage. Mick really liked it. That's a 64. Might be the highest we've seen from this judge. Anyway, let's go explore Narcissistic Stratosphere. And we may be exploring for a while. Oh, skip teleport, huh? Oh, I didn't expect to be thrown straight into a... I didn't expect to be thrown straight into... Am I just meant to stay on this platform? Am I going up? And we're back down again? What? Well, this is bizarre. And you can get squished. What is this beginning? And there's 5 tokens here? Oh! Wait, don't tell me the whole stage is this. Surely not. Checkpoint. No way this is the whole stage. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's gonna be the whole stage? Oh, this is not gonna be a long stage. Oh, this is not gonna be a long stage. What am I looking at? Oh. Oh. Okay, sheepman blocks. Okay. Oh, after the very bizarre beginning, I think I get the gist of this stage. But I still am confused about the scoring. Oh. Oh! Oh, don't slide. Do not slide. Under any circumstance, do not slide. Make sure to jump. Jumping is key. Okay, just make sure. Oh, I almost died. Oh, there's the final token. What? Wait. Wait, what? What happened? Hang on. This is all so bizarre. So you can die by going to the right or left. This stage. This is like an extended version of Vein Space, which was the very first or last entry of Magma 1, where you just fell 6 or 7 rooms and you landed on the energy element. So... oh, so this won't be a long recording session. We're done! No, really, we are done! Why 0 from functionality for Ace? And why is the score not right? Is that just like an oversight? Is it meant to be more score and it's just a typo? I really don't know, but Mick really liked the stage, and I honestly had fun with that. Narcissistic Stratosphere. That was actually quite an interesting take on the stage. Mick, 64. What? Now that we have the reference to my Magma 1 review out of the way, this was a very surprising level. This is essentially Vein Space. What did I say? From Magma 1, hence the synonymous, if more verbose name. Oh, it was called Operation Vein Space or something like that? Maybe. But instead of just a straight drop, it's an actual level with more gameplay than just another spike drop. I can't say I've seen anything like it in these games, that's for sure, and it has the same boring aesthetic issues as the original level. So intended reference or not, I won't be providing many points there. That being said, it also felt pretty clever. While the level itself is super easy, I like how it turns the act of falling forever into something with actual gameplay. I particularly like how each individual section had different types of gameplay, so it didn't feel terribly stale throughout. It certainly helps that the level is only about 1.5 minutes long. It doesn't overstay its welcome, that's for sure, and I've found myself using it as a palette cleanser on more than one occasion. Palette? All that said, while I enjoy this level and feel it accomplished what it sets out to do, it has some hiccups in its execution. For one, the can bomb and the sheep block sections both feel way less interesting than either of the concrete platform part. I get that the concept is temporary platforms since those naturally give as little ground time as possible, but the actual gameplay is pretty much just move a little weight repeatedly. It's not a whole lot going on. The music also doesn't loop, which can rear its ugly head when you're going for 100% in here. Most curiously, I think the level would have been improved by using actual death spikes. As it is now, it's so easy to clear this level, I think it might be harder to die, barring doing something like standing on the spikes, than it is to complete the level without taking any damage. I suppose that helps the palette cleanser aspect, but if you're looking for a challenge, this is absolutely the wrong place for it. Otherwise, while this isn't exactly a work of art, I enjoyed it regardless. Maybe it's some Magma 1 judge nostalgia talking, but this is a level I've come back to more than once just to play it, and that alone means it did something right. Honestly, I could go for a second playthrough of that stage too. Won't do on the playthrough recording session, but behind the scenes, definitely. Shinryu, 20. So, this is essentially objective Vein Space but with actual hazards. That said, this level leaves a lot to be desired. It's kind of a shame, since a stage where you're in a near constant state of freefall could work if the hazards you face were more interesting or threatening than the ones found here. The only time I ever felt I was in danger during this level was whenever the concrete platforms showed up. Given how they were positioned, even then, however, they weren't exactly all that difficult to maneuver around. The low difficulty turned this into a pretty dull experience as a whole, which wasn't really helped by the severely lacking aesthetics. As it stands, the only aesthetic element in this level are the obstacle graphics and the music. I think it goes without saying that this really could have used a background. I understand that some backdrop patterns might run the risk of being too distracting in a level like this, but I think it could work if the background was simplistic enough. Like I said, the general idea behind this is fine, there just needs to be a lot more to it in order to work out. Patchy, 58. Space! It's very vain. Took me a while to recognize the joke. Even outside of the reference, it was certainly a unique concept for a level. Just a vertical shaft of maneuvering across platforms and avoiding spikes and being crushed. While grabbing some tokens along the way, short but actually an oddly thrilling experience. Kind of an odd difficulty curve as it goes from hard to easy. The up-moving concrete man platforms have the tendency to crush the player against other platforms if not careful. The time one requires some component of timing with dodging the explosions. Meanwhile, with the sheep blocks, you have more than enough time to get yourself positioned to not fall into the spikes. At least the down-going concrete man platforms fit appropriately as the final challenge. There isn't much in the way of design, all sections are isolated with one certain platform type associated. There could have been some interesting challenges if the platform types had been mixed around. Aesthetics wise, it's literally a void. I mean, I get it, it's a parody of Vain Space, but even that level had a background at least. Having the Mega Man and bass boss music as the stage music is pretty funny, though, as one could argue that the stage is a boss in itself in this situation. Flashman 47. I don't know what's more surprising, that someone made a spiritual successor to Magmamus 1's lowest ranked level, Operation Vain Space, or that it placed higher than 54 other levels in this contest. True. Not that I would classify this as a good level, mind you. Invisible collision objects, music that abruptly stops instead of looping, an abyss of nothingness for the graphics, a layout that never explicitly communicates that down is always the way to go, a purely incidental challenge factor resulting from symmetrically arranged gimmicks, and a series of blind falls. No, these things make me frown. At the same time, the level refrains from doing anything that ruins whatever fun there is to be had. New gimmicks are introduced at a steady pace, with sufficient time to hastily adapt to them, and each section is generally more difficult than the last. Checkpoints are perfectly placed, spikes don't kill you instantly, which minimizes the frustration of being blindsided. The length is thoroughly reasonable whether or not this was on purpose. The level manages to tick some of the most important boxes for me in terms of design. Also, there is something marginally satisfying about triggering lots of gimmick platforms at once. Overlooking the beginner trap that kicks off the section, the falling platforms over spikes are legitimately decent. The music, while it lasts, sets an appropriately frantic tone. I am disappointed though that there's no reward for riding the first platform back up beyond the top of the starting screen. I did it too, Flashman, and I got no reward for it. I feel you there. For a level whose purpose is to be pointless emptiness, I won't split hairs about the title because Narcissistic, Stratosphere amuses me. I suppose this is as good as can be expected. And Ace 28. Well, this was easy. If you were expecting a comic, no. Honestly, I can respect the hustle. Trying to make a stage out of a meme, it's almost on the verge of working. Wait, that's the entire comment? Honestly, I think if this had any challenge or nuance whatsoever, it might even be replayable. Instead, it's forgettable, and I think that's worse than being dreadful. That's literally the whole comment. It's just one page. That's the shortest Ace comment of the contest, not counting comics. In fact, even comics were longer. Honestly, wow. I'm going to lean towards enjoying this take on the meme that was Vain Space. Honestly, yeah. it's a very short stage. Once you're thrown into the thick of things and realize what's going on, then you have a bit more of an understanding what it's doing, and you're just going down, down, down. And I'm not sure why you can die on the final screen, but at least there's a checkpoint right before it. Well, this was a super short recording session. I did not expect the stage to turn out like this, so we may actually do one more and get a proper Mega Man stage in addition to what we just experienced here. But I enjoyed this one, so good job. Well, lastly, I don't know why the scoring is lower than the previous entry. We'll see what happens to entry number 120, see if the scoring is back normal. But anyway, that said, I'm going to take a quick refreshing pause and we'll do one more for this recording session. I'm going to be ambitious.